Hi, this is Deborah at Dinglefoot Scrapbooking, and this week I have a very simple card for a baby boy. So of course you can change up the colors and make it into a girl card. So I have this generic stamp that just says it's a boy, and I got it at some craft store or another. There are no company names on it, so just whatever stamp you have that would work. And then I have dark blue ink. I have some twine, so we're going to be making a little banner card. And for my little pieces, I just used a 1-inch circle punch. So I just got out several of my scrap pieces of paper and just punched a couple circles out of each one. I don't know exactly how many I need, so I'm just going to play that by ear. So then we're going to take each one and just fold them in half. So I kind of started with a few of them. I just used 4 different designs of paper, so you can use as many or as few as you want if you want all the circles different. You just have to use different papers, and I have a lot of scraps, but I just chose 4, so I'm going to fold these all in half. And then, as you can see, I have a pale blue card that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to keep folding these in half. So just match the edges. It only takes just a minute or so to fold these. So I'll be right back when I'm finished folding these, and we'll put the card together. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with my twine, and I do have a hot glue gun. So I'm going to kind of plan where I want my string to hold my little banner pieces. I think I'm going to start about halfway here, and I'm going to come over to here, and then I'm going to go down. Okay, so all I actually want to do is just put a little bit of glue on the pieces of twine where they're going to attach to my card. We can finish all the rest of it later. I'm gluing the rest of it down, so I'm just going to stick it, I guess, right about here. And then I don't want to add any more glue until this part over here. So I'm going to decide, I got hot glue all over my fingers now. I'm going to decide where I want it. I think I'm going to just put it over here, so I'm just going to put the tiniest little dot of hot glue there. And you can leave it just a little loose here. You don't want to stretch it super tight. And now, I'm trying to decide if I want to go down. Maybe I'll go down just a little bit. So I'll put a little dot there and attach my string to it. Then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that right off. So now for my little pieces, my little circles I folded, what I'm going to do is just start placing them around the string. And then we're going to come along and just glue those shut when we're finished with our design. So I'm hoping I can get 3 on here. If not, I'll just do 2 and just spread them out a little bit. So I actually don't need very many of these little circles to make my banner because my card's not very big. So let's do this one again, and then one of these. And since this is just 4 here, I'm going to try to squeeze in another one, just because odd numbers look better. I don't want to have 2 here and then 4 here, because that would look kind of odd. So as you can see, I have my little circles placed the way I want for my banner. And I think, let's see how the hot glue works, see if that, I think that'll work just fine. And then after that, I'm going to come along and put some glue underneath each one of these 2 because I don't want this flopping around and moving on me. So I'm going to take some time here. I'm going to glue these down, and then we'll come back and put some more glue under each of these to keep them right in place the way we want them. I have my little banner pieces all glued in place and glued down to the card so they won't move. And then I'm going to stamp my It's a Boy on the card, but first of all I just thought this was a little bit too plain without anything, so you could do something else, whatever you want. I had this little tiny teddy bear stamp, so I stamped it and cut it out and colored the little red heart that was on him. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back. The hot glue will make it stand up nice on the card, otherwise you could use Zots or whatever you have. So I'm going to stick my little bear like he's sitting on this banner to get his little feet over the top before my hot glue gets set. So we'll just set him on there, and then I'm going to try to stamp this It's a Boy right on the front of my card. The stamp is a cheap one, and that's not always bad. Sometimes it is because they're not very deep where they cut the letters out. So I'm going to take a rag here and just make sure I don't have ink on the edges of the rubber there. Sometimes if you press hard, it comes right off onto your paper. So I'm just going to carefully wipe that, and hopefully it won't do anything bad to the front of my card. So I'm going to try to line this up here, and we'll just stamp a little It's a Boy right here. There we go. This card is finished. Thanks so much for watching.